That's somehow right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Franke. I am back. Had a vacation last week. It was awesome. This episode, we are going to talk about my vacation first. I'm going to give you guys a quick wrap, couple fun stories, and then we'll do our locks and long shots, of course. And then we'll talk March Madness. We'll talk about what we had last week, a certain team that made a little bit of a run. And then the current state of college basketball. As you guys know, the Final Four is all 4 1 seeds. There's some notes to make there, but we are going to go quick because we are going to do our MLB preview. We're going to pick division winners, World Series, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Cy Young, all that good stuff, as well as preview our teams and kind of what we've seen in the first. I think the Tigers are 4 games in now. Brewers are 4.
4 games
so
in.
Both teams 4 games in. So we'll do a preview, but also what we've seen so far and what needs to change because one of our teams needs something to change.
You can go back on vacation whenever you feel like.
Yeah, we're back, baby. Speaking of vacation, so went down to Gulf Shores, Alabama with the family. It was my brother's senior year, so it was his spring break. We went down there for some golf. Some beach time. Didn't get too much beach time. It was very overcast, windy. We were right on the ocean. So, I got down there, drove down Saturday. Drove down Friday night, got there Saturday. The place was pretty sweet. It was 3 floors. Me and my brother ended up sharing a room. We got the master just because the layout was weird. There was 2 bedrooms on the bottom floor. The middle floor was only living room and kitchen. And then the top floor was 2 bedrooms. One my sister took, so... Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. That's probably going to be constant. We shared a room, but the bed was like, it had to have been a bigger king. I don't know, California king, Alaskan king, whatever. And then we had a little balcony and a pool, so that was good stuff. The things I want to hit on here, cool story. Golf 3 rounds. Golfed 1 really nice round. Kiva Dunes, it's the number 1 course in Alabama, number 1 public course in Alabama. Got to play that. I shot a 99. I'm very happy with that. My first round of the year, I shot a 99. We went to the range. We played that on Monday. Sunday, we went to the range. There was a range nearby. Unlimited range balls for $25. My dumbass was like, let me get my money's worth. I hit probably about 4 or 5 large buckets worth of golf balls. We were there for 2 hours. So woke up Monday extremely sore. My back was fucked up. My lats, my obliques, everything was sore. So medicated with some beer and a couple Advil, and I felt good at Kiva Dunes. So, and then Wednesday we played. It was the shittiest course. All the courses down there are kind of nice. It's not like Michigan where you have really shitty courses. So, but I was having a bad round, but I ended up shooting a 102, I think. So it turned around, but I had a par 5, right? Smoked my drive about 300. It was a short par 5, about 300-yard drive. Downhill. I'm not that strong. It was a downhill, crazy bounce, rolled out a long way. So I had 180 to the pin. I'm like, that's a comfortable 6 iron. So I grabbed my 6 and I hit this thing. It is at the flagstick, right? It lands short. It's rolling. I was like, holy shit, that almost went in, but I'm still pumped. I'm like, I got an eagle putt. Never had a solo eagle. I've had one in an outing. I holed out after using my own drive. So I don't really count that, but I had about a 25 footer for eagle. I read the shit out of this thing. I had the fucking line, and I just needed to give it a little bit more juice. I had a tap-in birdie, so we'll take that. That was fun, but I was thinking albatross, and then you end up with a birdie. It's kind of disappointing. But and then our last round was Friday. It was called, I don't remember what it was called, but it was pretty nice. It was an Arnold Palmer course. The only problem was we had 30-mile-an-hour winds that day. So that was my worst round by far. Shot a 110. I also couldn't hit an iron. I don't know if I was tired, sore, beat. I don't know what it was, but my dad had a phenomenal
AP courses are usually pretty flat too. So like you get a lot of wind on those, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yep. So it was the windiest day there out of all of them. And also it was just the flattest course ever. A lot of water. I found a lot of water that day, but I also couldn't hit an iron. I don't know if it was the mental, there's a lot of houses right on the edge. It was real tight, almost like Glen Eagle. It was a little bit worse than Glen Eagle. So I don't know if it was a mental thing where I'm like, ooh, don't, hit this good. It's going to go hit a house. I don't know what it was. My brother hit 2 houses, so I don't know why I was concerned. his drives were just full slice. But all in all, great trip. Had some drinks, went to some cool bars, had some good dinners. And yeah, always great to spend some time with the family. Don't see them much anymore now that I'm moved out. So it's always got to be an occasion to see them. So it was really nice to spend a week with them and kind of feel like a kid again. Didn't have to work that much either. I think I checked my email one day and then just kind of text throughout the other days, a couple phone calls. But yeah, happy to be back. The only problem is I went from 70-degree days, shorts and T-shirts, to now I wore pants and a sweatshirt to work today. It's freezing here, and we're supposed to get snow tonight. That's going to turn into rain tomorrow. And I'm going to Traverse City this weekend, and they just got hit with an ice storm. Everything's frozen up there. There's no power anywhere. So called the hotel. They said they do have power, but I'm like, okay, but the other things we were going to do out there, do they have power? That's a problem.
Yeah.
So
feel free to move down here whenever. It's still 70s down here. So
if I didn't have my job, I love my job. If my job was more able to be remote, I probably would consider getting out of Michigan. But I love my job. It's always nice being close to family too.
We've been on a consistent track of usually about Fridays or Saturdays weekly for probably the last month. We're under a tornado watch usually, but every Friday or Saturday.
Nice.
We had sirens, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago on Saturday. Wasn't even raining. So
they're just like, it's coming.
Yeah.
We had Sunday, so we got back Sunday morning at like 5 a.m. I took a nap at my parents' house and then headed home. So then Sunday night, Sid came over and we were watching MSU, and it was like downpouring, and it was popping up on the TV, tornado warning, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't say my county, so I was like, oh, we're good. It's going to miss us. But then I pulled up the radar, and it was coming. I was like, oh, we're going to get hit. So we're watching the game. I'm like, I'm not going to go downstairs. Then the siren went off, and I'm like, I'm not going to go downstairs. And then the wind picked up, and I was like, ooh. And I'm on the phone with my dad, and he's like, dude, did you see what's about to hit you? And I look again, just straight red for like 20 minutes. So I was like, all right, let's go watch downstairs. I have a TV down there. I just had to hook up the Roku. So finished the game downstairs and then came up. And then I come upstairs. I didn't even have a single branch in my backyard. I'm like, what happened? It's like it almost never happens. So, but yeah, it was nice to come home to a tornado warning. First ever tornado warning, get down to the basement of my house. So had this place for 2 years now, and first one. So
solid.
Went well. So that's enough about me. Let's get into our locks and long shots. Mine will be quick here. Didn't have anything last week, missed because of vacation. Totally forgot to even text you anything. You forgot to remind me, I guess. Maybe you did text me.
No, I didn't. I figured I'd just let you enjoy your vacation instead of having to find bets when you couldn't even bet anyways. So
yep, I probably would have. I would have figured it out, but I definitely wouldn't have hit shit because I would have just been like, okay, this, and there would have been no thought. So I think I got some good spots here. They're 2 heart picks actually, so never mind. Florida -2.5 versus Auburn. I've got a big problem with Auburn. I'll get into it later. Obviously, they beat my team, but there's other things. So, as you guys know, I have a soft spot for MSU. So it's almost like they beat both my teams back to back. So, but there's a certain player I think Franke could guess I do not like. So then ChatGPT, of course, there's stuff. By the way, ChatGPT 1-3, me 1-3. We're tied up. I got to get going. But ChatGPT, I asked them, they're like, oh, I like Duke. So Duke -5.5 versus Houston. Long shots then. Florida -8.5 versus Auburn. That's an alt line +220. This is a heart pick, but also Auburn has looked bad. And Florida is a way better team than Michigan and MSU, right? MSU was never really in it the way Michigan was. Michigan was up 9. They were up 9 with like 15 to go. Like if Florida's up 9 with 15 to go, they're going to win. So figure take that spread. Don't hate it. Also, a certain person might be injured. We'll talk about him later. Who knows? But yeah, if he's hurt, they're going to lose out. There's 20 points gone. So, and then ChatGPT, I tried to get a long shot and they were talking about take Miami of Florida and Florida Atlantic. And I'm like, didn't even make the
Are they playing in the Crown?
They might actually be in like the NIT or something. I forgot to look again. This happened last time.
They're not in the NIT. I don't have the Crown on FanDuel, but
college basketball Crown. Here we go. Oh, it's done.
It's done.
Oh no,
already?
it's not. It's not done. It's not done. Nebraska and Georgetown. Oh, there's some going on right now. Nope, they're not in that either. What the hell is the Crown? I don't even know what the Crown is.
It's new this year.
It's like some actual teams. Like USC, Nebraska, Boise.
I don't know if it's like teams that like choose to not go to the NIT. They can go to the Crown instead. If there's like a middle level, like the March Madness tournament and then like the Crown and then NIT.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm trying to look. Is the NIT done? No. Anyway, so either way, not playing. So I just went with Duke. They said they like Duke, -8.5, plus 148, alternate line. That's what ChatGPT is going with. So you can go ahead with your locks and long shots.
Alrighty, my locks. I'm 14-13. Had a lot of like split weeks, 1-1 weeks here on my locks. So last week we had Duke -9.5 against Arizona. What was the final score of that one?
Duke won 100-93.
Tight. So lost there, and then we had Tennessee -3.5 versus Kentucky. Big dub there. Absolutely killed them. Wish they could have done that to Houston, but they did not. This week, I've got 1 play for tonight and 2 plays for tomorrow. I'm going all baseball picks. Taking Logan Gilbert over 7.5 Ks versus Detroit tonight. So as this is about to start, actually, I think this one starts. This is
they're about to start?
Game, actually.
Oh.
I think this one's a late night game. My only research on this is I have this site that I keep up to date with, kind of gives me everything. It's called Ballpark Pal. You can follow along if you want, and it gave this one a 70% chance to hit, and I like Logan Gilbert. So other picks, taking the Cubs and the Sacramento Athletics over 8.5 tomorrow. This is a day game, but the A's ballpark seems to be like potentially the next Coors Field until they move to Vegas. Last night's game was 18-4, something like that. The Cubs won. Balls were just flying. And we don't have great pitchers tomorrow. Plus, it's the A's, so like, are any of their pitchers really that great? Over 8.5 on a day game feels easy. And then I'm also going to bounce back and take the Tigers money line tomorrow on Wednesday, as people are listening to this, against the Mariners. Tarek Skubal versus Luis Castillo. I like both pitchers, but I would much rather trust Skubal over Castillo. Probably going to be a super low scoring. I probably should have just taken the under, but it's whatever. Long shots. Long shots are 4-33.
That's tough.
Ouch. I can't even say it's golf picks now because I haven't taken a golf pick in a couple weeks, but
right.
Still open. Florida to win the championship plus 380. They're favorites make the final, so still open. Last week we had BYU. Mormons couldn't get it done for me. And then Arkansas money line versus Texas Tech. They should have won that one. Bad loss there. This week, taking a parlay, Duke money line and Florida money line plus 130. I think both these teams are far superior than who they're playing. I could actually see the Duke-Houston game being tight, but I still trust Duke here. And then I have a beef to pick with FanDuel. I have some Dinger Tuesday picks, but FanDuel's really getting pretty shitty here. It is the first Dinger Tuesday of the entire MLB season, and they have converted Dinger Tuesday to a single profit boost token, and it's a max of $10. So if you don't know what Dinger Tuesday is, haven't followed along the last couple of years, FanDuel every Tuesday, you could bet $25 per game, one player per game to hit a home run, and then you got a $5 bonus bet for every home run hit in that game. I would unload on Tuesdays usually, throw out like 6 or 7 of them for a shit ton of money. Usually didn't go that well, so maybe they're actually saving me money. This year it's just one single profit boost token for $10. So a little upset, but I'm still going to throw out Dinger Tuesday picks every week, most likely anyways. So this week I'm going to go Brandon Lowe to hit a. Actually, is he Brandon Lau? I don't remember if it's Lau or Lowe. I'm going to take him to hit a home run tonight against the Pirates. They're playing in George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, which is the new Rays home field. It's actually the Yankees minor league field. This field is small. It's still in Florida. Wind blows out. Brandon Lau crushes righties. He's a lefty. It's a righty pitcher who is not good. No-namer. Take him at plus 380. Then I'm going to take Alec Burleson for the Cardinals. He is going up against the Angels tonight. Wind is blowing out in St. Louis. And this is another platoon split. He's a lefty facing off against a righty. Take it plus 850.
So they're not even doing free bets anymore?
No.
That's crazy. They must have got killed.
It's really not even worth it.
No.
But I'm still going to take him on Tuesdays. So.
I mean, unless you just want a little something to watch, but the whole point was, I can throw out, this game's going to have a lot of home runs. I'll maybe get my money back.
Yeah.
Stupid.
DraftKings has been running a no-sweat home run every day for like the last week, and that's been fun because it's kind of the same thing where like you can place a crazy home run hitter and get it back even if it doesn't hit. I did hit one the other day that was like plus 600, I think. But that's also still only capped at like $10. So,
yeah, they're getting stingy. With it. Let's talk March Madness then. We'll start with my team. Michigan kind of shockingly went on a little bit of a run. I thought they were going to lose to A&M. They looked like shit. They came back and won it. And then they had Auburn. And I went into that game low expectations, right? I'm like, they're the 1 seed. They've looked good. I'm not going to expect much, right? But then at halftime, we were down 2, and we had a lead for most of the first half. Then we come out in the second half, and we were flying around. I mean, and ones, threes, step-back threes from Danny Wolf. I was like, at that point then, now my hopes are up. I'm like, let's fucking do this. We can play MSU. That was the thing, too, was to play MSU again. Get revenge, hard to beat a team 3 times. And then Auburn just turned it up. It was crazy. I mean, Michigan couldn't make a fucking bucket. They couldn't get a stop. Auburn hit every 3 they threw up. It was insane. They went on like a 37-17 run to close it out to win by 10 or whatever. Crazy stuff. My problem here is Jeremiah? Jeremy? Broom. It's Broom.
Jermaine Broom.
It's not Jermaine. It's like it's something. It's spelled weird too. I'm
gonna look.
Jeremiah.
Johnny
Broom. He's my problem, and it's for 2 reasons. One, during the Michigan game, he's really cocky. He deserves to be cocky if I was an unbiased person because he's very good at this sport. His defense is good. His rebounding is great. His scoring is good too. He dropped like almost 30 on Michigan, I think, right? My problem is Auburn does this stupid fucking thing. I'm sure it's an inside thing. I don't understand, but the little phone. Oh, phone. After every fucking basket, and then after the game, Bruce Pearl's doing it. It just pissed me off, It's one of those things where if Michigan was doing it, I'd be doing it too. I'd love it. I get it. Do your thing, right? The other problem is it's similar to Scatabo. What's his name? Johnny Broom is always looking for the camera. He wants to get put on TikTok. He wants to be on Twitter. He wants edits made of him. Let me tell you how I know. When he came out the tunnel, he's looking for the camera, right? End of the game, he's celebrating with his teammates. And then he stops celebrating to look for the camera and throw up the phone, okay? Problem number 1. Problem number 2, watching the MSU game, Sunday night, Auburn versus MSU. Auburn dominated the game. They won by a lot, right? Jeremiah Broom comes down awkward on his ankle, right? But then all of a sudden his elbow hurts. Okay, whatever. You got a hurt elbow. They cover his elbow with a towel like it's dislocated, like it's a Kevin Ware 2.0. Take him to the locker room. He comes back out. Here's the other thing that sucked is that this game was played in Georgia, so it was a very heavy Auburn crowd. So that was annoying too. He comes back out. He's walking fine. He's running around fine. So the ankle's fine. It's one of those where it looks like he just broke his fucking ankle, but it's just a quick, oh shit, ouch. Everybody's been through that playing basketball with the boys, right? Comes out. Oh, my belt is digging into my belly. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. He comes back out, and he's holding his elbow during plays. He's only rebounding one-handed. He's dangling his arm like his elbow's fucking broken. He's only shooting one-handed. And then guess what? After the game, puts up the fucking phone with the hurt elbow. Yeah, I'm sure your elbow really fucking hurts, buddy. Yeah, that's why I don't like Auburn, is Johnny Broome. I can't even say the fucking guy's name. So yeah, after the game, he's fucking fist pumping. He's high-fiving with the arm that he couldn't use the whole game, right? Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's my problem with Auburn. They're cocky. They're annoying. Duke, awesome. Cooper Flagg is a fucking dog. I haven't watched him much this year. I watched all their games. Holy shit, is that guy good at basketball. He can do it all. He's going to go number one, like, without a doubt, right?
I'm surprised you don't have an issue with Chad Baker-Mazara.
Don't like him either. I just – so – the initial, this fucking guy, I hate him, was him, right? He was bitching every call. When Michigan was beating him, he was a pussy-ass bitch, right? Then all of a sudden, Auburn gets the lead, and he's flexing, he's yelling on the ground, he's screaming. Yeah, that fucking guy, I got a problem with him, too. And he looks weird. His hair's fucking stupid. So is Broome's. Yeah. Broome's got some stupid fucking hair, but Mazzara's is really bad. Yeah, Broome took over after the MSU game. Mazzara was quiet in the MSU game. Didn't see much out of him, so... Bruce Pearl, here's the thing. I love Bruce Pearl. I respect the shit out of that guy. I usually love his Auburn teams. It's just for some fucking reason. And also this team, I mean, holy shit. Every player is a senior or a grad transfer. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're very old.
And then your other one seed's Florida. I think I'm rooting for Florida or Duke at this point. I hate backing Duke, but Cooper Flagg's really fun. He's really good at basketball.
I was going to say, it's not the same Duke where like they're hateable because they're like annoying.
Yeah, they're like, not. They don't have any assholes.
They're kind of fun.
Yeah, like you would think though. JJ Redick was hated, right? But he wasn't an asshole. Grayson Allen was a fucking douchebag asshole. Yeah, but we love Cooper Flagg. Maybe it's the I'm going first overall mentality, and he's great. I mean, Leitner though. Speaking of Leitner, he was gonna go first overall probably, and he was hated.
Yeah,
but we'll see. I mean, if Cooper Flagg comes back 3 more years, and maybe that's what it is. It's the one and done, you know? You can't really hate a guy in 1 year.
That's true.
So, other teams. Houston, I don't really have much to say about Houston. I thought it was cool that they were playing Tennessee, and the announcers were saying that both coaches said if they don't win the game, they're rooting for each other. I thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a connection there. Speaking of Tennessee, do you want to hit on that quick? They did not play well.
No, you can't shoot 5 for 29 from 3,
right?
And 15 for 52 from the field, and expect to win a game. Like, don't get me wrong, this is very much Houston's way of playing. Like, their defense is always lockdown defense. The only difference this year is that their offense is actually good too. And I was very confident in Tennessee going into this game. I was like, you know what? They've been on a roll. They've looked really good. Like Chaz Lanier and Zakai Ziegler have looked great. They come out and end up shooting a combined 5 for 27 from the field. And literally I have the box score up. Chaz Lanier, 2 for 12 from 3. At what point do you just stop shooting threes?
Well, wasn't he 0 of 6 in the first half or something, or 0 of 7?
Yeah.
Because I sent that text, I'm like, bro, you're 0 of 6, stop shooting.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Tennessee they could not rebound. And they had been known to actually get some rebounds. They just couldn't do it. The only player that could score was Jordan Gainey off the bench, which actually they played him 27 minutes. That's fine. But I don't know. Tennessee just huge letdown spot. I don't know if they have something against the Final Four that they don't like going to the Final Four or what that is. I think Houston is very legit. Like I said, I think that they're going to keep it close with Duke, but I don't see a world where they beat Duke. Right. I don't know. I mean, Tennessee was a very fun
unstoppable.
Run. Yeah. Tennessee was a very fun run, and I think before the tournament started, I was like, they'll probably win like 1 or 2 games and then get bounced. And they won 3, beat Kentucky, so that's huge. But
our next point is that all 4 1 seeds in the Final Four is a huge yawn. This tournament there's been like some fun games, but overall, like we only had 1 buzzer beater. It was a boring buzzer beater. It was Derek Queen in the post. Like almost no, yes, out of travel. Also almost no upsets. I mean, Arkansas, sure, but the other upset was Colorado State, and they were actually favorited. Like just
well, and that's the thing. Like when your one big upset is a 10 seed with a legendary coach who's been around for a really long time, it doesn't really feel like an upset.
Right. Yep. Like, so I blame NIL. These smaller schools can't pay guys what these bigger schools can. However, as I've been thinking about it, I think it's going to fizzle out in the coming years because all we're seeing is these coaches talking about how they can't recruit high schoolers because they have to go get these grad transfers, right? That have played for years and years and years. Obviously, teams are going to go after probably the top 100. But that leaves a lot of good talent out there for some of these smaller schools to be a stepping stone for a transfer because it's now the league of transfers. And I think in the coming years it'll get back to normal. But yeah, 4 1 seeds for the second time ever is so boring.
I think the thing that most annoys me is the fact that like we thought after the first round being boring, we're like, okay, like less upsets means higher top end talent, really good games. We haven't had that. I mean, Tennessee blows out Kentucky, then gets blown out by Houston. BYU gets blown out by Bama. Bama gets blown out by Duke. Let's see, Auburn, Michigan.
Duke and Arizona was actually a fun game.
Yeah, but like
and then
looking
Texas
at just
Tech,
the
Texas
right
Tech
side,
and Houston was awesome.
Like looking at just the right
Texas
side,
Tech and Arkansas.
Every game from the Sweet 16 on, outside of Duke, Arizona, has been an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
And a blowout.
Yep.
The left side's been a little bit tighter. Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, MSU. Auburn, MSU is...
It looks tighter than it was, though. There was some... MSU had them shaking in their boots in the crunch time.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, so I don't know. It just like I think I expected the games to be better the further down the road we got. And like I have my hopes set high for Duke, Houston, and Auburn, Florida, but like Auburn, Florida could end up being the same exact thing, and it could be like super high hopes. It's a 2.5 point spread. Florida could go out and win by 20. Like I wouldn't put it past them. And then like if we get a championship of Duke, Florida, like I would expect that to be like a 2 point spread again, probably for Duke. Duke could end up blowing them out by 20.
Yep. And
I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
yeah, if you're gonna bet anything, bet Duke spread.
Yeah, and I think I agree that like down the road, it'll probably change a little bit, and like we'll see less of an effect. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it just stayed the same and all the top schools paid all the top guys, and we don't see any upsets. Like,
right?
It is what it is.
Yep. One last point before baseball, unless you got anything else. I forgot to mention during the Michigan-Auburn game, Michigan was up 48-39, like I mentioned earlier, and our good friend Javi, who we know him as the king of jinxes, sends a text, Michigan really going to do it, aren't they? I read that, and I'm like, man, I really wish he didn't say that. But I was like, whatever, I'm not going to respond. I'm just going to enjoy this game, right? So then I'm just going to read you my follow-up text. 5-0 run for Auburn and a turnover since he said that. Can't make it up. He said, "Ope." 11 minutes later, 15-2 run since you said that. 15-2. Then he goes, "I'm genuinely sorry. I can't make it up." I said, just stop doing it. It's simple. Don't talk about my teams in this group chat. Then, while this game's happening, at this point, like I had given up. I'm like, Auburn's going to run away with this now, right? I look at the Tigers. I'm like, oh, Jack Flaherty's going crazy. Sweet. He had a no-no through 4. Nothing to write home about. But then he loses it. He gives up a single, and Javi goes, I was just about to say Flaherty was dealing too. Next thing, tie game by Freddie. Freddie Freeman hit a fucking nuke. I know that he was actually going to say that too. He would have. He was probably in the process of writing it, and then, home run, cool. It's insane. So then, to end the game there, Auburn went on a 29-12 run since Javi said that. And that includes 5 garbage time Michigan points. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff out of Javi. He should really just jinx every team his teams play. I would assume his teams would do great. I mean, the Dodgers would never lose another World Series. Nebraska would probably make a bowl game. And then what else? The Lakers. Lakers are pretty good, I guess. But
I think I have a proposition, actually.
What's that?
I think that when we get into our MLB preview and we do our predictions, I'll see if I can get him on the phone real quick for a 5-minute call. We'll have him predict the World Series. Although I think he picked the Dodgers last year and they won.
You know he's going to pick the Dodgers again.
But maybe it'll be a jinx.
Oh. Nice.
Maybe we can get him to jinx his own team.
But he picked him last year. Yeah, you're right.
I know.
I feel like he wasn't to the jinx level he is now though last year. Because, I mean, how many?
It's been bad.
Lions games, Michigan games.
Yeah, it's been bad.
He's done it to the Lions like a bunch of times.
I think he
did it to the Tigers in the playoffs. I know he did it to the Tigers in the playoffs.
I was going to say that he did it to the Brewers or to the Badgers, but he talked about BYU. So that wasn't one.
Yeah, we can get about the Horde. I guess let's start with we'll just get him on right at the end then, get his prediction, and then be like, all right, thanks. We're trying to have you jinx yourself.
That's fine.
Because I feel like it'll be too clunky to get everything. But the only MLB news I have outside of our teams, which we're going to talk about here in a second, the Yankees bats. How do you actually feel about them? They're legal. They're perfectly legal, right?
Yeah.
But it's a gray area, fucked up legal.
That's the thing is like, if it's legal, it's been approved by MLB, fine. But also like it feels dirty to be like, hey, let's take the bat and wherever you hit the ball most, we'll just make it bigger so that you hit it more.
Right.
Like, pitchers are going to be worthless in a matter of years, for one. And, like, Jazz Chisholm was going off on Twitter about it. I think it was yesterday, and was like, nobody wants to get jammed, this and that. Yeah, no shit, nobody wants to get jammed. But that's part of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, use the normal bat, learn how to hit the ball, don't get jammed. Like, you're literally taking away any little bit of advantage that the pitchers have. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for home runs, and I hope the Brewers get fucking 50,000 of these bats and maybe can start winning some games. It feels dirty. That's all.
I'm reading I didn't see Jazz was tweeting about it, so I'm reading them real quick.
Oh, yeah, he was going back and forth with Portnoy yesterday. Because Dave was saying if he didn't injure his shoulder, he'd be in the league.
I'm going to have to read that all later. That's too much.
There's a lot.
For me, I hate the Yankees, so like I don't like it, but it's one of those things where, man, I wish my team figured that out. It would probably help us a lot. Yeah. I do have a hot take, though. They should have kept that in their back pocket and used it like last month of the season because they probably didn't need it to make the playoffs. And then if you do it then, the MLB can't make a change at that point. Then boom, World Series.
What I've heard is that this idea had been out there for a little bit and like no teams had really picked up on it. So I'm kind of like, what if they had it last year during the World Series and they just didn't use it? Like, could they have beaten the Dodgers in the World Series last year with this?
Probably.
And I also want to say,
now here's the thing though, did they not practice with it though, and they used it all off season, and that's why they're killing it?
Maybe it could be. I will say I think it's being blown out of proportion a little bit because the Brewers pitching has been so fucking god awful that I think you probably could have used a broomstick and still hit that many home runs. And also the fact that they went back to back to back on 3 pitches off of former Yankee Nestor Cortez. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't physically look like it would be a big change. But obviously it is a big change. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I really have an issue with it. It just feels weird.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes of it. I think if they fizzle out and stop putting up so many runs, it'll quiet down.
Yeah.
But time will tell on that one. So let's preview then. Mine will be quicker for my team because my team hasn't embarrassed me quite like yours has embarrassed you. We got swept by the Dodgers, but that's honestly like I'm not even mad. The games were all competitive, I believe. Let me check scores here. I think one of them got blown out at the end. Let me check these scores. All right, so game 1, 5-4, tight game, totally fine. I think Scuba pitched that one, obviously. He didn't look great, but he didn't look bad. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned. That's fine it's the Dodgers. And I don't even think it was him that blew it. No, it was. He got the loss. Torkelson homered that game, though. That was cool. But then the very bottom of that inning, Ohtani homered, and then Tigers made a run at it. Didn't get it, though. And then very next game, they go to extras. They kind of got fucked. They got hosed. Lots of Tigers fans were saying he was safe. It was Margot sliding into the plate. I didn't get to see a very good angle on Twitter that supposedly showed he was safe by a mile. It looks like he could have got tagged. It could have been safe. I don't know. But that would have won us the game. We go to extras, and Mookie walks it off, right? And then next game, Dodgers won this one pretty handily, I think. Tigers jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and then they proceeded to not score again until the 7th. But then last night, Tigers put up 9 runs, 6 runs in the first inning off of – who was pitching for the Mariners? Who is E. Hancock?
Emerson Hancock. I don't know if he's a rookie or if he's a second-year guy, but he's young.
Gotcha. Well, we lit him up. Won the game 9-6. Job looked all right. Totally fine with 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned. Totally fine.
4 walks.
Totally fine. Only 80 pitches. It's early. You know, we got to win. We got to win out of the way. We'll see how they look. See how Scuba looks tomorrow. I'm hoping Scuba looks a little bit better tomorrow. I want to see him dominate again. Good time to probably grab him for Cy Young. Let's see. He's pretty favored. How is Crochet? I'm jumping ahead. Let me get back to that. Yeah, totally fine with the pitching's been okay. I'm not mad about the pitching. The bats could use some work. We've scrapped out some runs. Honestly, would have been on here last week bitching about the Margot signing. So that was very wrong about that. He looks great. Who else? Carpenter looks good. Torque. What's Torque at now? Because he was off to a hot start. He was walking a ton early. What's he batting? I mean, he's batting .429 with a fucking homer. So, not going to complain. How many walks? He's also got 5 walks. So, totally cool as Torque. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, though. Keep it even. So, yeah, as of right now, not upset about the team. Liking what I'm seeing. Loving what I'm seeing out of Torque. I mean, .429. Come on with me. Riley Green looks great, too. So, I think we got a squad. I think we could do it. As of now, we'll see how the health stays and how Mize looks tonight. I'm a little bit nervous about Mize.
I was just about to ask you how you feel about Casey Mize going.
I totally forgot that dude was a first overall pick, first of all. Obviously had Tommy John, that sucks. But I think if we made him a relief pitcher, he would have a great career. I think he's just not a starter.
But who would fill your 5th spot?
Nobody currently. We don't have anybody.
Matt Manning.
I feel bad for that dude. He was supposed to be good too. No, yeah, I guess it has to be
a three-headed trio.
Dude, oh yeah. No, but I mean, you got a good squad here with Scooble, Job. I love Reese Olson. I mean, that dude is scrappy. He is the Doug Fister of our generation. Who am I missing? Scooble, Job,
Flaherty.
Oh, Flaherty, duh. Flaherty looked great. Goddamn, Flaherty looked good. Ooh, glad to have him back. Got his fucking.
Yeah, you're welcome for Margot.
Would you guys cut him, drop him? What'd you do?
We traded him to you for cash.
Oh, I didn't know that was a trade. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's early, but he's out there scrapping. He had some scrappy ABs for some singles, and then he's fat. He's fast as fuck. Not fast enough to score the winning run though against the Dodgers, but anyways, that's my team. I'm excited with them currently. Still pissed that I can't really watch them. I still refuse to pay $20 a month. However, you know what? The Wings are scrappy. The Pistons are good. Now's the time I should get it. I can pay $100 and you technically get it's for the year. For the year, you get like 6 months or something because that's for the Tigers' year. But it includes the Pistons and the Wings. So
are they through FanDuel TV?
Yeah, FanDuel Sports Network. But you can get it through Amazon Prime now. It's an extension, so you can add it to your Prime payment. That was my problem was the FanDuel Sports Network, the interface was still the Bally Sports interface. It was garbage. You couldn't screen share.
Yeah.
You can't rewind. You can't. The quality's garbage sometimes. So I thought about giving Amazon a run. Maybe I will. I would enjoy watching some Tigers games. And the Pistons. Pistons are still fun. I used to talk about them every week. They're still fun. They fight every other night. We'll talk more about that next week because I'm sure we'll have 2 more fights and we won't have to talk about an MLB preview. So,
well, the suspensions just got announced today, right?
Yeah, Stewart got 2 games.
That's it.
I don't know about anybody else.
No, I was gonna say with FanDuel Sports Network, I would love to do the Prime extension, but my mom has Charter Spectrum, so I get it for free. So I'm kind of stuck where I have to use FanDuel Sports Network and I can't link it with Amazon, but I would rather use Amazon, but I don't want to pay for it. So I guess I'm stuck with FanDuel Sports Network, but
yep. By the way, the suspensions, Sasser and Holland got 1 game. Dante DiVincenzo and Naz Reid got 1 game as well. Isaiah Stewart got 2. So
wow, that's kind of weak.
I mean, it wasn't a bad fight. It was a scrappy. I feel like there wasn't even a punch thrown. It was just pushing and shoving and bitching. Isaiah Stewart walking off the court after getting ejected, pointing at his Detroit jersey. That shit was sweet. All right, talk about your Brewers so we can do all of our picks because we're already at 42 here.
Where do I start?
I think you start with pitching.
Yeah, we're broken. That about sums up the entire team. I'm really not sure what's going on. I fully expected the beginning of the season to be a little bit rough, but never near this rough. To kind of put it in perspective, the Brewers are last in the league in run differential with a negative 32 run differential through 4 games, mind you. The next closest is the Twins at negative 22. And yeah, we're winless. And another way to actually put it into perspective is looking at the stats for the league. The Brewers team ERA right now, worst in the league, obviously, 12.27. The next closest, as a team, mind you, not one single player, but as a team, is the Twins at 7.31. We are a full 5 runs worse earned runs per game than the Twins in 4 games. Freddie Peralta looked all right first game. Nestor Cortez, game 2. I was very excited for Nestor Cortez. I thought it was a decent trade, giving up Devin Williams, getting a starter, and a prospect. Nestor Cortez took his full fucking foot and put it straight in my mouth on Saturday by giving up 3 home runs and 3 pitches against his former team. Not even actually, I guess the Austin Wells with a little Yankee Stadium cockshot home run, but So I was like, you know what? After the first inning, if we get some runs, we'll be okay. We did get some runs. Went out and just a couple more in the second, a couple more in the third. It was 4-3 in the second inning. I was like, I'm going to go take a shower. I bet when I come back, it's 7-3. I didn't even get in the shower, and it was 7-3. I was like, okay, great.
Oh, shit.
I'm very disgusted in what I've watched. I'm actually debating not watching until we get a win. I know my brother also said the same thing. So I'll see what I decide tonight. I think tonight we could actually get a win maybe, but
you're favorited.
I already took the Royals money line and the Royals -1.5. So the thing too is like we lost Savale then after 3 innings of absolute dog shit pitching. Went on the IL with a hamstring strain. We're already out Woodruff, Gosser, and Tobias Myers. So 3 of our 5 starters are out. We lose our 4th. Our 5th that we traded for this year looks like he just is an Italian chef serving up fucking meatballs. I want us to fast forward like a month so we can get through all the injuries and like at least get Woodruff and Myers and Savali back and then have like a somewhat reasonable rotation. But we're also not hitting the fucking ball. Like Jackson Chourio shows up day 1. I don't think even a torpedo bat would have helped him. He struck out 5 times on opening day.
Mm-hmm.
If he had a fucking piece of, if you gave him a piece of drywall and said, "Hey, just touch the ball," he wouldn't have done it on opening day. I just don't.
He would have swung and missed with the drywall.
I don't know what is wrong with this team right now. And then, like, I look at the Tigers. Hey, Manuel Margot looks really good. Guess what? He was on the Brewers. We fucking said, no, we don't want you. We want Isaac Collins and Vinny Capra. I actually like Vinny Capra, but he's not an everyday guy. We want Isaac Collins to be our depth guy. Who?
Right.
Brewer Hicklin. Oh, actually, we're going to outright him and trade him away, too. Who the fuck are these guys? We're keeping a guy named Brewer Hicklin just because his first name is Brewer? Like, no. Give me Manuel Margot. Give me Mark Hanna, who we also traded away to the fucking Royals. Now he's shitting on us yesterday in an 11-1 game. We could really use some of those guys.
What's up with Garrett Mitchell?
He's been playing. He
did play.
Just like the rest of the team.
You just didn't mention him.
Yeah. Sal Freelik's been probably our best hitter right now, which is kind of disappointing, but
no, hasn't it been?
Actually, you know what the most disappointing stat of the entire thing is? Let me see if this pulls this up. The best ERA on our team and best whip. Best ERA on the team so far. Jake Bowers, a first baseman. He's got a 0 ERA through 2 innings pitched. He's played
that's games. Not fair, though.
Pitching.
That's not
He's
fair.
Pitched 2 games in 4 games as a first baseman.
That is crazy.
That's embarrassing.
So, we know what you say with the Brewers. Are you hopeful or are you like, holy shit, we're fucked?
So I think we're fucked for like the first month. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if like, say 30 days down the road, we're like 8-22. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that was our record, which would be a really rough start. But I think once we're healthy, like I think the biggest issue is pitching. Obviously, the hitters are going to come around eventually, and they'll get hot. It'll be fine there. We do need to make some upgrades at like third base specifically. That'd be great if we could go get like Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. That would be the perfect fit, but that's just me and my pipe dream.
I've been saying that for weeks.
Yep. But yeah, the pitching needs to get healthy. I kind of wish that we would spend some money and go sign somebody. Like, I don't want Lance Lynn, but Lance Lynn is out there. He would at least eat some innings for us and be cheap. Anthony Desclafani, like, just give me a name. My brother threw out Trevor Bauer. I kind of hated that, but also like he'd be cheap probably because he said he would take any kind of contract just to come back. And he'd be fun. Everybody would hate him, but it would at least be somewhat fun. The only slimmer of hope that I have here is a report came out yesterday that a bunch of owners are backing Mark Antanasio, the Brewers owner, to be the next commissioner of baseball in 2029. And apparently Antanasio didn't know that until he read the papers.
Oh.
And I hope that he is the next commissioner, because then if he is the commissioner, he can't be the owner. And then maybe we can spend some money on players. So
there you go.
Vote Mark Antanasio 2029 MLB commissioner. So,
all right, let's get into our picks here.
Wait, do you want me to call Javi since he's available?
Yeah.
Call
do
him
it
first.
real quick. Yep.
Okay, I'll put him on speaker. See if he answers. I'll give him the Javier live to tape on Tanks and Tutties. Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Austin?
Hey, you're live to tape on Tanks and Tutties right now. We want a quick summary of what you expect from the Dodgers this year, and then a World Series matchup pick, obviously in World Series winner, and then a Rookie of the Year MVP Cy Young.
For ALNL?
Yeah.
So quick summary of what I expect with the Dodgers this year, you said?
Yeah.
I expect them to run away with the division, break the Mariners' record of 116 wins, or 17, whatever it was.
Good.
I think they'll be like 120, 121, and 40 or whatever that would be, or 39.
120 wins?
I think so. I'm thinking 120. At this pace, they're on pace for 162, but that's my thing. I do think that Roki Sasaki will get sent to the minors at some point in the next month or so once Kershaw and Tony Gonsolin gets back.
Probably because he's a crying bitch. But.
Yeah. So I think they'll send him down. I think the Dodgers will also probably trade a surprising person because they have to with all the pitchers that are coming back.
Okay, fair point.
So I think they might trade like Landon Knack or maybe even Dustin May away, but depends on what happens with Sasaki. So I think that'll be the case with that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they win the division. But the Padres will probably finish second. They're looking really good, but overall, I think they'll win it. And then Rookie of the Year for the National League. I'm gonna have to go. I was gonna say Sasaki. I don't know. It depends. Really depends on what happens to Sasaki this next start. But I'm still gonna say Sasaki somehow. Like I don't think he'll go down for a long time, but he'll come back and still be eligible for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be Sasaki, and then for the MVP, I'm gonna go with Ellie De La Cruz from the Reds. I think they're gonna maybe make a run for the Central, especially with how bad the Brewers look so far.
All right. Didn't mean to catch strays.
And then the National League Cy Young, I think with the offensive support that they're going to get.
Oh, I know where he's going.
Corbin Burns.
Yep, I knew you were going there.
Corbin Burns, I think with the, I think the D-backs are going to make a wild card run. They'll probably one of the top three teams. And they have a good offense.
That means you think three teams out of the NL West.
Just like last year. Last year, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that would be the case. And then the American League MVP, I'm gonna have to go with Judge. I think he's gonna be on a tear. And then the Rookie of the Year for the American League.
I think I have a guess for who you're gonna go with.
I'm just trying to think of who the heck is. I'm like trying to think of who the heck's a rookie in the American League. Give me like 2-3 guys that you think.
So I thought initially you were going to go with Roman Anthony, or one of the Red Sox guys. Otherwise, Cam Smith from the Astros.
I'll go. Yeah, Cam Smith, or actually, I could see Campbell from the Red Sox just because I don't know what's going to happen with Devers. Like, do they release him, like, or trade him for scraps just for like a salary dump?
Yeah.
Like maybe they might trade him for salary dump. Like they'll just take a couple prospects and just have a team take on his salary, and then that'll allow Campbell to play more. So I think Campbell, American Rookie of the Year, and then the AL Cy Young. I'm gonna have to go with Crochet. I think unless he's proven that he gets hurt, I think Crochet is going to win the American Cy Young.
Yeah, and I mean now he just got his extension yesterday, so.
Yeah, so I think those, and then the World Series matchup, I'm gonna have to go Dodgers versus. I'll go Dodgers Rangers. I think the Rangers are on a mission to make a comeback. Now, obviously, Rangers huge question marks with DeGrom staying healthy, and just their whole team as a whole. If not the Rangers, though, I think the Red Sox will pick it back up. I think they're sneaky. I think the Red Sox are sneaky with Buehler and Crochet in that rotation, and then their offense. If Devers just figures it out, they're going to be deadly. So it's going to be Dodgers versus and if not the Dodgers, I'm going to go with the Phillies. I think the Phillies, it's their year to make it, if not the Dodgers.
Well, then who wins the World Series? You gotta pick one.
Red Sox, White Sox, Blue Sox, Dodgers in 5.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks for jinxing.
We're actually hoping you would say the Dodgers so that we could get some jinx since you're on a generational run of jinxing here. So we have notes of that, and we do have you recorded saying that the Dodgers would win. So when they lose, we can blame you for jinxing it then.
As long as they don't lose in the first round, and if it's at least a loss in the World Series, it'll be a little bit better. But
I think it's going to be a generational upset loss. Like the Brewers barely make the playoffs as like the 6th seed, and then sweep them in the divisional round.
I mean, it could happen. I hate those short series because all it takes is for like a pitcher or two to just go off, and then like one player to go off and hit a couple home runs back-to-back games, and that's all it takes.
Yeah. All right, Jake, do you want any other picks from him at all?
Was his final answer Dodgers over the Red Sox?
Your final answer was Dodgers over Red Sox?
Yeah, Dodgers Red Sox. Okay. Dodgers Red Sox. I think it'll be that. So
okay. Does he feel bad about jinxing Michigan?
Feel bad about jinxing Michigan? Jake wants to know.
Not really. I mean,
he doesn't give a shit.
It's not my fault that they suck, but no, they don't suck. They're pretty solid, but
fair. No, tell them I said have fun watching Nebraska and the fucking bullshit ass petty fucking stupid tournament bullshit. Whatever the fuck it's called. The fucking participation trophy tournament.
Well, that was fast. So
Jake says have fun watching Nebraska and the fucking participation trophy ass NIT.
Hey, at least the players get money for it. It's a cash prize.
Oh wait, they're the Crown, not the NIT. Nobody even knows what the Crown is yet, so.
Nope, nobody knows.
Crown wins, Nebraska has 1, and Duke, Kentucky, MSU, Michigan 0. So
hang up on him. See ya.
All right, that's enough. I'm hanging up on you. Thanks for the time, Javi.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Jesus Christ.
All right. Can you type in these picks here? Because my keyboard is so fucking loud.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got to kind of go, though. 58 minutes. So, do you want to do division winners first?
Yeah, we didn't get that from Javi, but that's fine.
All right, so you just let me know where we're starting. Or do you want me to
can start.
I'll start with AL East.
You can just start AL.
All right, so AL East, I'm taking I got to take the Yankees with the torpedo bats. I got to go chalk there. Sorry.
Okay.
Then let's go Central then. You know where I'm going there. We'll go Tigers. They're actually the favorites on, I think, both. FanDuel for sure. I have FanDuel up to see the odds.
DraftKings doesn't have the odds up right now, I don't think.
And then AL West then. I really want to go Mariners.
That's fine.
I'm going to go Mariners.
Okay.
It's finally time. So then NL East, you want to take a guess at where I'm going? Huh?
You're going the Red Wave. You're going the Phillies.
Absolutely. That's my fucking team.
Red October.
I don't think the Mets will do it. I just... Was their only acquisition? Was there only one Soto?
No, I mean, they got a couple, but obviously Soto was the only, like, notable one. They got, like, Clay Holmes for pitching, but they're trying to make him a starter.
We're going Phillies. They're in run it back mode. Central, then. I like Javi's Reds take. And 2 years ago, I almost had them to win the division at like plus 4,000 or something. So we'll run it with the Reds here at plus 350. And then West, I'm going Padres. Dodgers are going to have some devastating injuries.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll start in the AL. I'm actually just going to go off of what I have for my division winners parlay that I placed. I actually love this parlay a lot. I'm going Red Sox in the AL East. I just don't... The Yankees pitching isn't good. And that's where I'm very worried about that. Actually, I'm not worried. I could give a shit if the Yankees weren't good. So, Central, I am going to take the Tigers.
All right.
I really thought I was going to jump on the Twins. But I lean towards the Tigers, and I think their pitching is better. I think that they have some great bounce-back candidates, so we'll take the Tigers there. And then in the the AL West, I am taking the Rangers. I also agree with Javi. I think that the Rangers definitely have a lot of upside. They have some risks, but if their guys can stay healthy, aka Jacob deGrom, I think they'll be really good. deGrom actually looked really good the other day, so... NL, I'm actually taking the Braves for the East. I think that they're kind of getting slept on just because they've been bad to start, but they do get Strider back in about a month. Acuna is going to be back in about a month. They did lose Profar, but I'm sure they'll make a trade somewhere, and they have some prospects that look really good. So I like the Braves there. It's going to be a shootout in that division. Unfortunately, I am taking the Brewers in the Central. I think the Central is going to be a slugfest between the Reds, the Brewers, the Cubs, and even maybe the Cardinals. Pirates won't be good, but they're on the up and coming. And then the NL West, I'm taking the Dodgers. As much as I would love to take the Padres, you kind of just have to take one of the chalks there, and the Dodgers are the easiest, obvious chalk. So,
quick question. Sorry, because I was distracted. I went on Twitter to look at something, and then I saw a message. Do you think Hunter Dickinson actually got a 7th year, or was that April Fool's?
I was wondering that too.
My problem is this account.
I don't want to get duped.
This account, they tweet some actual shit, but on a couple of them, they put, no, this isn't April Fool's. But on that one, he didn't. And then they tweeted about Donaldson leaving, and that was an ESPN. So like, I need to pay attention. I'm sorry. All right, I'm back. All right, you want to go World Series?
Yeah. Did Javi say Dodgers in 5 or 6? I thought he said 5.
I don't know. Dodgers in 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's had White Sox, Red Sox, Blue Sox, Dodgers in 5.
Yeah.
Your
World
right,
Series.
Let's
matchup.
go World Series. I'm gonna go. I want to do something weird. I went chalk last year and I was right, but I'm gonna say. Padres Red Sox.
Fuck, dude, that's what I was gonna take.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so I think the Red Sox get in on a wild card, but it's a damn close wild card, like 100 wins wild card team, right? Padres win their division. They look unbelievable, even without Soto. And I'm going to take the Red Sox look like actually good. Like they might be back. I'm going to take the Red Sox in 6.
Okay. Well, now I've got to get a little bit different. I can't be the same.
You can go the same. What if we're both right?
No. I could go the Orioles. I do have a soft heart for the Orioles. Let's go. I'm going to go Yankees in the AL. NL. Fuck, this really hurts to do. No, I'm going to do it. Subway Series, Mets, Yankees.
Ooh.
And we'll go Mets in 7. That's disgusting. I absolutely hate that. I hope I'm wrong.
Subway Series would be kind of cool, but
yeah.
All right, what are we on then? Awards. Full disclosure, I don't even know any rookies, so I have to pull up the odds. I usually try to do this without looking at the odds because it makes it, chalky.
Rookies are tough, just because there's a lot of really, really deep names that you may not know. So even I'm pulling up the awards to see what.
All right, so what do we start with? Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I gotta find it. There we go. Rookie of the Year. All right, so AL. I'm gonna go with Jason Dominguez because he's one of the very few names I recognize here, and that feels, fair to me somewhat. So, we'll Jason Dominguez. NL. I don't hate Jackson Jobe, but I just don't know if he's gonna, pitch well enough. That's a lot of walks. Yeah. NL. I'm gonna go chalk again. No, you know what? What position does Jordan Lawler play?
Shortstop.
That's a phenomenal name. Give me Jordan Lawler. And then will you add at the end of that a chose because of sick name? Okay. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Why don't you do yours and then we'll jump to MVP.
So for AL Rookie of the Year, I want to go Christian Campbell because of the chalk, but there's a name really far down here that I really like, and it's Kumar Rocker. He's already up, had a rough game, but he's got huge strikeout potential with the Rangers, and if they compete, I think he's going to be in there.
Wasn't he a Met?
Yeah, but he got drafted by them, but then didn't sign, and then went to independent ball for a year.
That's right.
And then got signed by the Rangers, and now he's back with Jack Leiter, his former Vandy teammate. So
is Leiter up yet or no?
Yes, they are both up.
He was. I had a 1 of 1 of Jack Leiter. Fun fact: I sold it, and I'm glad I did. It's worth nothing because he has just been getting lit up all throughout the minors.
But he looks good now.
Maybe it's one of those things where I'll regret it, but it was Leaf too, which isn't a very good set. So,
for NL, I think I have to go chalk here and go Dylan Cruz.
That's where I was going to
electric. Go. So I'm going to go Dylan Cruz. Your MVP.
My MVP, AL. I don't want to go chalk. It's lame. Let's go. Let's get weird. Let's go with J-Rod. If I think they're going to win the division, J-Rod's going to have a good year. Ken Griffey Jr. the third. Yep. I'll never forget that. It's an all-time moment. NL then. Gotta support the claims above. Tatis, baby, plus 800.
He has looked phenomenal. By the way, should we put the odds on here? We could.
All right, I'll go through while you're going.
I'll go through. For my award winners, I also have an award winners parlay that I already made preseason. So AL, I am going Vlad. I think it's a contract year for him. I think he's going to be huge. He hasn't done much yet, but it's early. For the NL, I'm going to go Soto. Kind of chalky, but it is what it is. I probably should have looked at that. Actually, no, I mean, if he makes the World Series, they win the World Series, Juan Soto is a good pick there. So we'll take Soto as the NL MVP.
Cy Young. Let's start with AL, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard not to do it, but I don't want to do it. But it's hard not to.
I'm just going to let you know I'm going to do it. So,
I'm going to go Cole Reagans, plus 1,000.
Okay.
You guys know where my heart's at. Grabbed it at plus 1,600 last year, one of the longest odds I've ever hit. I hope he wins it again. I just can't do it because I'm afraid to jinx, right? And Cole Reagans was right there neck and neck with him for a lot of last year, him and Burns. And Reagans finished second, I believe. So I'll take Reagans at plus 1,000.
Okay.
NL, this is where you lose me. Wow, what a name. Spencer Schwellenbach. There are some big names over
dude's
here.
Dude's a dog. What's Schwellenbach's odds right now?
Plus 2,000. Let me go with I want to go with a little long shot here. Sorry for taking so long. I want to go long shot, but Hunter Green, that's a reliever, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
Starter for the Reds.
Let me go Corbin Burns. It's lame, but Javi's got some good thinking there. Plus 1,600.
Yeah, I mean, he was the favorite last year, so. And that was in the AL too.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I don't like Burns to win it is because he plays in the same division as the Dodgers, so he has to pitch against them more often. But
true.
AL, I'm taking Skubal plus 380 when I got it. I don't know what it is now.
Plus 400. Still the favorite.
Damn. NL, I'm taking Zach Wheeler. Pretty chalky there. Plus 750 when I got it.
Yep. Bold prediction for our teams. I'm going to start with I'm going to go with Spencer Torkelson hits 35 home runs. And I'm going to do a follow-up as well. The Tigers really struggle to find a closer all year, but somehow get it done.
That's fair.
Yep.
I'm trying to scroll through to see if I can find. I made some predictions in a Brewers group chat that I have before opening day. Actually, it was on opening day, so let me see if I can. Almost there.
This is some great podcasting.
So my predictions for the Brewers, this was on opening day, mind you. A lot has changed since then. It was my bold prediction. Garrett Mitchell goes 25-25, 25 home runs, 25 steals. Yelich plays 150 games. Churio finishes top 3 in the MVP. Brewers take the Central and win the pennant. That was my bold prediction.
That's
If I had to make a bold prediction now, I'd say Brewers win 70 games and trade everyone. So
trade Yelich? I'll take Yelich. He'd be revitalized out here.
That would be a bold take.
Yelich gets traded to the Tigers.
I mean, we do like to trade with you guys, so.
You love trading outfielders to the Tigers, too.
Yeah, yep.
I forgot that Eric Haas is a Brewer. I saw
he's actually playing tonight. Yep.
Batting ninth.
He's going to hit a dong shot. Dinger Tuesday pick.
I wonder what those odds are. We're done, aren't we? I'm sitting here just chit-chatting now.
Yeah. I'll look at his odds right now while you're chit-chatting.
Oh, I'm done chit-chatting. I was going to wrap it up.
Oh. Well, his odds are plus 950.
That feels so low for Eric Haas.
In Miller Park.
Who's on the bump? Isn't it?
Michael Lorenzen.
Oh, that's Dinger City. You got to take Haas. He's going to hit one. You got to do it. Put your DraftKings free or risk free on it.
I already put it on somebody.
Oh. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Oh, my God, I forgot to write it down, and I haven't said it in 2 weeks. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, adore some tutties, and we'll see you next week. Wow, I fucked that up.
Peace. Masters next week.